Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I'm gonna do another declutter. So I have started a declutter series. Today I'm gonna do face palettes. I think when I counted, I have 27 or 28. I need to get that down. I've got little holders that I keep them in, and I've got 6 of them right now that are sitting outside the holder. So I'd like to take that down to, even less than 20 if I can, but I would be happy to get it down to 20 face palettes. I do love face palettes. I love to buy them. I love to use them, but I'm not reaching for them as much as I once did. So I do need to get that down a little bit. I have already decluttered my lip products, my blush, bronzer, highlights. That's a video. I did my concealers, foundations, primers, and setting mists. That's another video. So I will link that declutter playlist as well as those videos. I'll link it up above and down below in case you want to check that out. So let's get into it. I have a new little filming setup where I can hopefully film and swatch them at the same time. So hopefully that goes okay. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the palettes that are sitting outside my palette holder. I have these 3 from Tarte. These were the holiday release last year, and they come in a little twisty packaging like this. I really like these. These are new to me, so I'm gonna keep them. This one has the blush, bronzer, and highlight. They're gorgeous. I'm gonna keep all 3 I already know. This one has 3 blushes. And then this one again has I guess it could be a blush, bronzer, and highlight. These really both for me are more of a blush shade, and this is more of a highlight shade. So they're beautiful. I haven't used them as much as I should just because, again, too much makeup, but I am gonna keep all 3 of those. I got them just about a year ago, so keeping all 3 of those. And then recently I got this one from e.l.f. It's the Electric Mood palette, and it has 4 cream products in it, and it's really nice actually. Now, this cream highlighter, I feel like doesn't even really show up or do anything, and these are incredibly creamy, like almost balmy, almost greasy. So if you have oily skin, I don't think you would like this. They don't look like they're really showing up, but on my face they do. They're quite pretty. So I do use the blush, the bronzer shade. I like this palette. I've used it quite a bit, and it's e.l.f., so it's very affordable, and it's new to me. I just recently got it, so I'm keeping that one. And then I have this one from Pretty Vulgar. It's currently in my project pan, and it's nice. Now, some of these shades are just a little bit too deep for me, but I do use these 4 here. So this is my bronzer, a couple of blush shades, and a highlighter. My favorite shade in this palette actually is this Hush Blush shade. It's this beautiful dusty rose mauvey color. So I'm really enjoying this palette, and again, it is in my project pan, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have this one that I'm gonna get rid of. It's by IBY Beauty, and it's the Highlight and Contour palette. I just don't use it. I don't reach for it. I've had it for years. It seems to me that these all felt pretty powdery. Yeah, it's just, contouring is not a step I do. And if I'm gonna highlight, I prefer not a brightening highlight, but more of a shimmery highlight. So I just don't use this, and it's quite old. I'll see if somebody would like it, but it's probably just time for it to go in the garbage. So that one is gonna get passed along or thrown out. Okay, and then I have these 4 here, another little grouping. I have this one from Smashbox. It's the Cali Kissed. It's new to me. Oh, what is that? A dog hair. Gross. When you have pets. So it's new to me. I'm gonna keep it for now. It is very pretty. The powders are lovely. You know what? It's just too deep for me. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep it for now because I did just recently get it. So new to me, but I feel like this is one I am gonna eventually pass on to someone else. It's just too deep a tones for me, but it is really nice. The packaging's really nice. I do like this palette. I just feel like I didn't realize how deep the colors were going to be, and you know, of course, I am very, very fair. So we'll keep it for now. Ones that I know I'm going to keep for sure, these three. So I have this one from Hourglass. This is the Ghost Edit, I think it was called. Let me see, what does this say on the back? Yeah, I think this was called the Ghost Edit palette. This was the holiday release 2 years ago. I want to say maybe 2019. Yeah, it must have been. You can see I have really loved this palette. I'm going to keep it because I can use all of these shades. This one blush shade is a little deep for me. Sorry, if you can hear the dogs and the cat, they are chasing each other. But I mean, like, this shade is almost completely gone. You know, I've definitely got some good use out of it. I enjoy it. It's well loved. I can certainly not pass this along because look at it. It's, you know, looks like it's just really been through it. So I'm going to keep it. I don't reach for it a ton because I have the new version that I reach for, but I am going to keep it. So this is another one. This is the quad from last year. What does this say? Sculpture Unlocked. I love this. This is gorgeous. You can see, I don't know if it will show up, but definitely they were all domed and now they're kind of dished out a little bit. So I'll show you these shades. They're beautiful. So this one is kind of an all over for me. Won't even really show up. And there's the highlight and there's the blush, and let me show you the bronzer too here. They're beautiful, beautiful subtle colors. I did see recently that Hourglass released their new holiday releases. There's pictures up of what they're doing for that. And it looks like they have two versions, a deeper one and a lighter one. So, I mean, that's nice. Hopefully it's a step in the right direction for them. I do love Hourglass products. Every powder I've tried from them has been fantastic. Like, they're definitely a level above any other powders in my collection. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm keeping it. And then another one that I am, of course, keeping is this little mini from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Film Star Bronze and Glow. I use this all the time. You can see they're quite dished out. Now this does come, I think right now you can get this in the full size, but last holiday they had this little mini one for $40. How perfect is the size of this? And you can see the little dips I've got in there. I use this mostly actually on my eyes. So I love to go in the crease with this bronzy shade and then just on the movable lid with this more glittery highlight shade. It's gorgeous. I love this. I use it all the time. Okay, let's go through some I know I'm not gonna keep. This is from Real Her, Be Fearless, Be Limited, and it's a blush trio. I mean, maybe that one could be a bronzer. I have used this. These are quite shimmery blushes. So, I mean, you can see I've had some use out of it. This is years old at this point. I don't reach for it, so just gonna get rid of it. I don't like a shimmery blush, I've discovered. I really like a more matte blush look, but it's pretty. I'll see if somebody might want it, but it is quite old and it does look pretty well used. I have this one from Cover FX. I am gonna keep this one. It was in my project pan recently. What I like about this palette is it is everything you need. So if ever you're traveling, you've got blush, you've got a brightener, you've got an all over powder, a bronzer, some highlight shades. It's, you know what, it's very versatile and I do like it. And all of these powders are really nice. So the thing I don't like about this is this outer packaging. I keep wiping it and it just won't come clean. It's like this matte plastic covering and it just looks so dirty all the time. But yeah, I am gonna keep it. I've had it a while and I do enjoy it. I don't reach for it a ton, but I'm gonna keep it. I have this one from Zoeva. This is the Premier palette, and you've got, I guess, a blush, maybe blush, bronzer, highlight. I don't know. I feel like these are sort of versatile powders. Let me show you what these look like. So that's that end shade there. This is another one of those palettes. Let's do this goldy one that I feel like is better suited for a deeper skin tone than mine. So I'm gonna actually pass this along because these are just shades that I struggle to wear. They're a little too deep for me, but they are gorgeous. this palette is gorgeous, and I've hardly used it, if I've, you know, barely touched it at all even. So I will pass that on to somebody. You know, it looks brand new. It's hardly been used, and I haven't had it that long, so I'm sure somebody will get some use out of that. Then I have these from Ace Beauty or Ace Beauté. I'm not sure how to say it. This first one is a blush palette, and this second one is the bronzing palette. I think I got both of these in BoxyCharm boxes actually, and I have used them and they're really nice. Now again, these shades down here are a little too deep for me, but this shade especially is quite nice. And even this one I think I probably can get away with. Let me build those up a little bit. They're looking a little, yeah, so very pretty. I mean, the deeper ones, again, because I'm so fair, I'm gonna struggle with, but I have used this. You can see I've got some use out of it. So I'm gonna keep that one. And same with the bronzer. You know, these shades are good for me, and I can even use this one a little bit. Of course, this one is gonna be, you know, a little too deep for my skin tone, but they're really nice powders. You know, maybe even if I went in with a fluffy brush, I could get away with that. So they're pretty new to me. I love the outer packaging. They're gorgeous. I'm keeping them both. Guys, I'm not doing very good at getting rid of stuff. Got rid of 3 so far. Well, okay. So I have this first one. I have 3 of these Sephora brand palettes. This is the Trio Face Palette Untamed. And I would say it's highlighters, 2 highlights and a blush. The blush is kind of a shimmer, it's got a bit of a shimmer to it, so I don't reach for this a ton, and you can see how this shade here got that hard pan on it. Truthfully, out of all of these, this is the shade really that I would use. I don't reach for this one a ton. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying that because the truth is I'm not reaching for any of these a ton. I'm struggling to use my powder products right now because I'm so loving cream products. And if I'm using a blush, it's usually a single blush, not a palette. So I am struggling to use any of these, but this one I'm gonna keep because it, you know, it doesn't look the best. And then I've got 2 of their highlighter palettes here. Why, you ask? Why do you have 2 of them? I'm not sure. So this is the Metallic Pigment Palette. It's that one. It's gorgeous. And then this one is the Luminizing Palette. I mean, truthfully, I'm probably going to get more use out of the Luminizing Palette because I'm not going to go in with, you know, an icy blue highlight. Although, I mean, they are gorgeous. But those top shades are probably not for me. But this bottom shade's really pretty. However, I wonder, I feel like there's definitely some repeats. So, you know what, I think I'll pass this one on because I don't feel like I'm gonna use it that much, but I am gonna keep this one because that's quite pretty. I think I'll get more use out of that one, and you know, we gotta get rid of something here. Okay, let's go through some palettes that I know I'm gonna get rid of. I have this one from Bare Minerals, the Invisible Light, and it comes with a matte and a glowy finishing powder. And I feel like they're very white. And so even on my very fair skin, this really, like, I can see this powder. I think you can even see there, like, it just makes my foundations look even lighter. And I don't want to say it gives a cast to the skin, but you know, it just doesn't sit nice, and I don't like the finish of it. And you can see I've had this a long time. I have tried to use them. You can see in here where it's kind of gungy, where I've dipped my brush in and I've got other product there. So I'm just gonna get rid of this one. I'm not gonna keep it. I'm also gonna get rid of this. This is from Wander Beauty. It's a Trip for Two blush and bronzer duo. I've had this a long time and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but I do find these incredibly powdery. Some here so you can see. Again, if I didn't have any blush or bronzer, would I use these? Yeah, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but they just are very powdery. And, you know, I prefer something creamier that's gonna sit a little nicer on my skin. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. I may pass that one on, actually. It doesn't look too bad in there, so see if somebody wants it. And this one from Wander Beauty, same thing. This is the Wanderous Dusk Till Dawn Blush and Highlight. And my issue with this is the pan size. It's just, I like to go in with a pretty big blush brush. You know, the shade is fine. The colors in here are fine. This Havana Nights is actually quite pretty. Yeah, it's very pretty, but I don't like how this is laid out. So that's the highlight there. Yeah, I mean, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. A little powdery maybe, but quite pretty. But I don't reach for it because it's hard to make it work. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. And then I have this one from Pure. It's the Sculptor palette. I never reach for this. These are, what do they say? Highlight and contour palette. The highlights are fine. They're actually quite creamy. Very creamy, actually, quite nice. I'm not going to use the contour shades. I don't contour. That seems very intimidating to me to try to contour. Those shades are very deep. Maybe that was what I would need to contour. I don't know. I don't do that. I just don't reach for this, and I've had it a long time, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. I have this palette here from Ish. It's the Lip Statement palette. I've had this a long time. I love the idea of this. They're all these cream lipsticks, and it comes with this little brush. You can see I've dipped into it. Honestly, I've had this for years. I don't even know how many years. I love the idea of creating a custom lip color for myself, but I'm never gonna do it. Like, I don't ever reach for this. There's nothing wrong with the products. They perform really well. They're very creamy. They, you know, wear nice. Again, I've tried to use it, but just not for me. So, and it is quite old, and it is a lip product that I have dipped into. So unfortunately, that one probably just has to go in the garbage. And I have this super old palette from Tarte. This is the Tartalist Pro Glow. You could see I've used this quite a bit, actually. It's got this cream bronzer shade down here, 4 highlight shades, and then a sculpt shade. And it's really pretty. And for a long time, you can see the dips in some of those lighter shades. You know, I use this on an almost daily basis. It's really well made, but I've had it for years and years and years at this point. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. I think you actually can still buy this. I think this is still available, and it's really good quality. And I think, you know, it's heavy, it's well made. It was really nice. I did definitely get some use out of it, but I'm not reaching for it anymore. So I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, I've got this one from Iconic London. What is this one called? The Blaze Chaser face palette. This one's pretty new to me, actually, but you can see I've maybe dipped in here one time. There's some shimmer shades, a shimmer blush. Probably for me, this would be my highlight shade, a matte blush, which I really appreciate, and a matte bronzer type shade. It's pretty, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm not reaching for it. So I feel like this is a good one to pass on because I'm not reaching for it and because it's fairly new. I feel like somebody could get some use out of that. So I'm gonna pass that one along. And this one also is very new to me. This, I don't know how you say this, Kenya Ontiveros Beauty. I'm not familiar with this brand. I think I picked this up in a Boxy sale. This is the Blush and Shine kit. And again, these are just a little too deep for me. I can use this highlight shade, and you can see that you can see the embossing's gone. I have used it. I have used this highlight shade, and it's really pretty. And even if I wanted, you know, a very pinky blush, that would work for me. But the rest of these are just a little deeper than I feel like is easy for me to use. And so I'm not getting use out of this. So I'm also gonna pass that one along. Even though it's new, I just never reach for it. Okay, and then the last 2 face palettes in my collection are these 2 monsters from Natasha Denona. These are so huge, but I love them. I'm keeping both of them, spoiler. This is the Diamond and Blush one, and it comes with 3 powder products, and well, I think actually that's a powder product too, but these are cream. I mean, I'm sorry, this is gungy. It looks, you can see how much I've used this. I really, really love both of these. Let me get this set up here so I can show you. So this one is sort of your cream highlight, beautiful, and then a cream blush. Now I will say that does feel like it's drying out a little bit, but I have had this a while, but how pretty. And then you could top it with the powder blush. Oh my goodness. And this shade here, this Diamond Powder, It's like straight glitter. It's so pretty. And this highlighter here I have used quite a bit. They're gorgeous. I've used this one on my lid quite a bit actually when I want something super shimmery and glittery. It's gorgeous. This shade I haven't used that much. Maybe it's, no, I don't think it's creamy. I think it's a powder shade. But anyways, I bought both of these on a great deal. They were on sale. I think regular, these are over $100 regular, and I want to say I think they were on sale for $50, and then I had a 20% off discount code that I used. So I paid, really almost nothing for these, and I've got a ton of use out of them. So that's the Diamond and Blush one. Again, those are from Natasha Denona. And then this one is the Sculpt and Glow. And in here, again, you have 3 of the cream products behind this little plastic separator, and then you've got 3 powder products down here. This one says it's a highlighter cream, a contour cream, and a face glow cream. Like, these are they're gorgeous. They are all gorgeous. I just love them. And then down here, it says it's a Japanese pressed powder. I would say it's like an all-over finishing powder. You've got a contour powder, which I haven't used a ton. This all-over shimmer powder, which is just stunning. Just gorgeous. Let me put it here so you can see. Beautiful. Yeah, I think I've liked almost everything I've tried from Natasha Denona. So really good quality, really nice stuff. I'm keeping both of those. So let's see, I'm keeping 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, I'm keeping 16. That's pretty good. Well, there's all the ones that I'm keeping. 16 of them, and I'm getting rid of those 12 there. So we did pretty good. We did pretty good. So there we have it. There is all of my face palettes decluttered. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do love a declutter video. They are some of my favorites. I feel like I say that in every video, but I do love them. So if you liked this video, if you enjoy declutters, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you would subscribe, that would be amazing. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, everyone.